Carlos, what did you see out of Canning today?
Yeah, he was. I think he was off, especially with his secondary pitches. The slider out of the zone, the changeup. Obviously, we didn't make a couple of plays in that second inning, but I just thought they took some really good at bats. They didn't chase, but overall, I just thought that, especially with the secondaries, he was out of the strike zone.
Last start too had 4 walks. Is that it's something that he had been really good at, limiting the walks lately? Is it the same thing today that you saw in that last start, or a little different?
Yeah, I think probably different. And again, today was one of those days where he was off. Even the below on the fastball, 92, 93. I think I saw 95 once in the third inning, but it was different with the way it was coming out today.
Tony?
What have you made of Vientos this season offensively, and how nice to see him finally get one there today?
Yeah, it was good to see him, especially right on right, because we know the power to all fields there, They blew, I think it was 2 fastballs by him, and they went back at it, and it was good to see him going the other way. He's been on and off, There have been stretches where, he feels like he's going to get going, but then he loses it a little bit. And that's part of it, He's part of the grind. He will continue to fight, and he'll get through it.
He was very consistent last year, especially for a young player. Why do you think that has been sort of hot and cold this year?
Probably the league adjusting to him, especially in this second year when they get familiar with what you do at the plate, and the same way they're making adjustments to you, you're gonna have to make some adjustment, and he will. I think he's made some progress there, and he will continue to do so. He just probably taking a little longer, but he's fighting.
Dave?
Carlos, you guys have been winning games, so it hasn't been as much of an issue, but just with the runners in scoring position and some of maybe the frustration with some of the guys, is that something that you see something as just reverting to trend and these guys starting to hit better in those spots, or how do you kind of combat that?
Yeah, well, I mean, we got to get better with runners in scoring position, and we are all aware of it. Yes, the underlying numbers at the end of the day, we got to get the job done, right? I thought yesterday we took some better at bats. Today, not so much. Few walks and all that, but we got a lot of good hitters there. I'm pretty confident that at the end of the year, the numbers are going to be where they need to be, especially with runners in scoring position. But right now, we got to continue to find a way. We got to find a way to get the job done, and we will.
Mark in the back.
Carlos, you talked a lot about liking Soto's at-bats. Just with his numbers not, where they normally are you seeing any signs of frustration of him, looking for those results?
You're going to see frustrations, especially when a competitor as he is. But honestly, today was one of those days where he didn't hit the ball hard, but I thought that his foundation, his lower half, was in a better position. So for me, that's a good sign. Again, he didn't hit the ball hard today, but there was something today with his lower half that, for me, that was a good sign.
Did you see him shuffle a couple of times on that walk? Is that encouraging?
Yeah, but it's not the shuffle. I think it's just him in the at-bat. Again, for me, his lower half was on a better place, even though he didn't hit the ball hard today.
Will on the left.
Hey, Carlos. So what was missing then with his lower half previously?
I don't know. Maybe just a little lower. It was just, I felt like today he was on the at-bat, and it's one of those that I've been saying here that, yeah, he continues to hit the ball hard. And today he didn't do it, but I felt like he was in a better position.
Laura?
Beatty's been so good defensively, but what did you say in that error? I think it was in the third inning, second inning.
Yeah, he just didn't make the play. Routine ball, average at best runner down the line. He just didn't complete the play.
Manny?
Well, just in general, just the infield. Even Lindor had a good game at shortstop, but we've seen some errors from him, from Vientos, from Beatty. McNeil made kind of a bit of a blunder there. What are you seeing from the infield, just generally defensive wise?
Got to be better. You know, we made some mistakes that, especially at this level, you give them the other team some extra outs, some extra bases. You know, it changes the whole game. You know, we got good defenders, and again, just I've been saying it with Vientos. Today we made 2, but I also feel like we make some big plays. You know, in this stretch where it feels like a play that we don't make, they make us pay for it. But we also been clutch on making some crucial plays. So